Hi, I think we have some attendees. Let's see who's here. I'm going to say hi to Catherine and Erin and Catherine, a different Catherine spelled differently, and Mallory and another Catherine. Wait, how many Catherines are here?
Catholic group.
Amy. Let's see who else rolls in. Jan's here, Lisa. Oh, it's coming in so fast. Cassia, Lita, Lily, Melody, Becca, Veronica. Oh my God, we have so many friends here.
Yay.
Welcome everybody to our first virtual event. Yay. So it says we have 22 attendees. So we'll get started now because we like to be prompt. Hi everybody, my name is Jody Katz. I'm the host of Where Brains Meet Beauty podcast. If you don't know the show, I'll give you a moment now to pick up your phone and go to Where Brains Meet Beauty podcast on Instagram and please follow us. And then I'll ask you to go to your podcast on your Apple phone and subscribe to our series. We are a podcast rooted in the beauty and wellness industries, but what we talk about is career and life journey. So if you need a little emotional pick-me-up or some inspiration, especially this time, please listen to some episodes. And I'm so excited that our guests today are all podcasts. On our podcast, I'll tell you their episode number so you can download and listen. So why are we here? We're here for some hacks on Zoom. I was just telling the team that on Zoom, you can't really see my roots, which I think is a really good benefit for Zooming, that you can't see my grays. So we have an esteemed panel of presenters today. Each presenter is going to have 5 minutes to give us their Zoom beauty hacks. If you have any tech questions, please send us a chat to Eloise. Eloise, raise your hand.
Hello.
That's Eloise, our executive producer of the podcast. Just send a chat to her and she'll help you solve that problem. And you'll see that you can submit questions in the Q&A section. Feel free to submit those at any time during our event and we'll try to get to them. So now let me please introduce our panel. Helping us look good for Zoom via skin is Erin Williams. There's Erin.
Hi.
Erin is the founder of Erin's Faces. But if you know her and you didn't know her last name, you would have thought her last name is Faces. Because she's Erin's Faces. Erin's going to share with us tips for skin. And if you want to listen to her podcast episode, it's number 59. So you can scroll all the way back to episode 59 and listen to Erin's episode. Following Erin will be Amanda Thesen.
Hello.
She's a makeup artist and her episode number is 50. So you can download hers as well. And then last but not least, Eloise Cheung. She's our hairstylist. There she is. She's episode 99. That's a cool number. So she'll be sharing some hair tips for us. And I'm going to play along, guys. I have, my eyelash curler, my parting tool. So right now I'm only wearing moisturizer. So I'm ready to hear what you have to share. So Elaine's going to be our timekeeper. And we'll start with Erin on skin.
No pressure. Okay. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it in 5 minutes. Ready? Here we go. Everything just started falling down in my house. Okay. So I feel like with skincare, this is such a stressful time. Stuff is falling. The world is falling apart. And I feel like keeping your skincare routine consistent is a good way to take care of yourself. I feel like now is a time where all of my clients are homeschooling their kids, cooking all the meals, turning into like Laura Ingalls Wilder's mom, and cleaning all the time. And even if you don't have kids, you're taking care of your dog or your cat or your husband or your girlfriend, whatever. And it's just a lot. So I think taking those like 30 seconds, 60 seconds in the bathroom, it's quick, but it's time for you to focus on you. So that's first of all. And I think we're all big on that. Second, my skin is freaking out. I don't know about you, but I'm eating all my feelings. So I need something to help me. And I have the pumpkin enzyme peel. Any glycolic peel that you have is really good for this. What glycolic acid is going to do, it's good for dry skin and for oily skin. If you have dry skin, it's going to go in and eat the dead dry skin off, not out, but off. And then if you have oily skin, it's going to dissolve the oil and the sebum that's impacted, and that's what makes blackheads. So it's going to help vacuum that out, vacuum your pores out. lift and dissolve that dry, dead skin so that your lotions and potions can be more effective. So glycolic acid, enzyme peel kind of a thing. Ours is called the pumpkin enzyme peel, but lots of people make them. That's really good to do.
Hey, Erin, I have a question.
Yeah.
And I think this might be a question that people are thinking about because we have so much time on our hands and we're wearing our PJs all day. How many times a week should I do something that's a glycolic mask?
I would say in the beginning you would do it once a week, and then you can build up to twice a week. I would not do it more than that because it's intense, and so you don't want your face to fall off.
Okay.
Yeah. Face is falling off is no bueno. This is screwed on really tightly. So this is the clarifying green clay mask that we have. I find I'm getting a lot of hormonal breakouts because I'm eating a lot of cheese, ladies. And so I do a spot treatment overnight with this little guy. And in the morning, it's so much better. You can use green clays as a regular mask. I like this one because it doesn't dry you out so much that if you were going to put on makeup, this is the first time I put makeup on in a month. But it's exciting for me, and Amanda's going to tell us how to do it. This is good. It doesn't dry your skin out so that you can put makeup on over it. You know that dry ring. If you're breakout prone, you know what I'm talking about. Overnight spot treatment. It's super sexy for whoever you're sharing a bed with. Number 3, sunscreen. We are outside so much more, which is awesome because we're all going crazy. So your sunscreen needs to be a part of your daily routine anyway, ideally. And I have a lot of blog posts about this on our website. You can read about why you should and watch videos about why you should. Ideally, you're using what's called a physical SPF, which is zinc and or titanium dioxide. If it has anything else listed in the active ingredients, I personally would love for you to find a new one. And I tell you all about it in the blog why. But 90% of aging, 90% of aging is due to sun damage, according to the Skin Cancer Foundation. And that's hyperpigmentation, elasticity, fine lines, wrinkles, everything. So you have a really good chance to fight a lot of that. Go outside, bike, walk, play with your kids, but sunscreen yourself up and sunscreen them up too. Did I do it in 5 minutes?
You did. You have a minute to spare. Amazing.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
And I want to remind all of our attendees.
In January when I was born. No, I feel like that's the main thing. It's just taking care of yourself, doing the steps that you normally do, using your masks that have been sitting on your shelf that you haven't really had a lot of time for. And if you're super busy like me, you're like everyone is watching Netflix and you're running around crazy because you're trying to keep your business up. You can put a mask on, floss your teeth, brush your teeth, and then rinse it off. Because that's how I do masks, which isn't very relaxing.
Erin, is it really true that this is the first time you put on a full face of makeup in a few weeks?
Yeah. Hard yes. I was really excited about it. I did my hair, like I did everything. I got so excited.
Amazing. And if any of our attendees have questions for Erin or any of the other panelists, you can use the Q&A feature in the bottom to ask and we'll answer at the end.
Great. Okay, so I just put on my Erin's Faces Peppermint Lip Balm. It's so nice. Like, I feel like because I'm in the house a lot, my lips are so dry. Like, I just feel like I can't get enough. And my daughter's lips have gotten crazy dry. So I'm happy to have this next to me.
Thank you.
But as a transition to our makeup artist, there's also a tinted.
That's what I'm wearing, that color.
So I'm going to transition the microphone over to Amanda Thesen.
I also have it. So I'll just hold on to start as well. I love this product. The peppermint lip balm is really, really good. It feels really nice. It's a little tingly. But that's not part of it. So, all right. So obviously, like, we're all dealing with a lot of stress right now. I understand that some people may want to put on a full face of makeup to have that sense of normalcy for whatever they do. But also I know that a lot of us are taking a little bit more time to sleep and take care of ourselves and work on our skincare routines or whatever. So I'm just going to show you how to quickly get ready for a Zoom meeting in the ways that are most impactful to me and kind of tell you how you can tweak them for yourself. So the first thing that I would suggest is going to be concealer. I have two products here that I really love. The first is from Maybelline. This is the Instant Age Rewind Eraser, and it's in 160. It's an illuminator, and it has like a little bit of a pink tinge. I don't know if you can see that there, but this is going to help get rid of any darkness or blueness that you see underneath your eyes. So I always just put a little bit underneath my eyes, and you can also go on your lid just to sort of even out that area, and just get on the inner corner of your eye as well. A lot of people have discoloration in here, and we tend not to think about it. And
so
then you can bring it down.
I'm following along using my finger because I don't use a lot of brushes.
That's perfect.
For Zoom, do I need like maximum amount of concealer? What is Zoom doing to my like face and like the way my face is perceived in the camera?
Yeah, so I would say in general, as an across the board for anything, and for Zoom, everything should be light layers of everything. So just incredibly light layers of everything. And I like, this is from Real Techniques. This is their complexion sponge. I use it damp, and that's gonna sort of help you get that light layer and also really kind of press and work it into the skin. So that, what I just used was a color corrector. And then this is from Erin, who we just spoke to. This is her Radiant Firming Concealer. So this I will use, this is her, this is Magnolia. This is the second shade. This I basically use wherever I need to cover any discoloration. So I'll put a little bit under my eyes. I'm using that same brush. This is also from Real Techniques. Their brushes are great because they're synthetic. So they're really great with creams like this. And then I get really red on the sides of my nose. So I always put a little bit there. And for some reason, around my mouth, I get really yellow. The great thing about this concealer is that it's incredibly emollient, so you only need a little bit and it spreads really, really nice. And then I'll just take a little powder. This one is also from Erin. I swear I don't work for Erin. I do love Erin, but
I love you too.
Yeah. But this is a great powder too. This is it's an aloe setting powder, which is nice because a lot of times powders can dry you out, but this one sort of doesn't do that. So always set your under eye concealer. If you feel really dry, you don't necessarily need to set the rest of your face, but I would say 99% of the time set under your eyes so you don't get any creasiness. All right, moving on. For your eyes, you don't need to do too much. You're not going to see a whole, I mean, sure, if you want to, like put on your liner, put on your shadow, but for me, the most impactful thing that I can do on my eyes is to curl my lashes. Most days I don't even put on mascara. This is a Shiseido curler. And whenever I curl, I clamp down and then lift up and to the side a little bit. And that's going to give you a really nice flare, and it just opens your eyes up a lot.
Do the to the side to me. Oh my God, look at how much it helps my lashes. Sorry, I'm getting really close and personal. So
look at how beautiful.
Right?
It makes such a difference.
Right. Okay, so tell me the side thing. What was that?
Okay, so clamp down, lift up.
Lift, like, oh, like release, you mean?
No, keep clamped down, lift your hand up,
Uh-huh.
and then put it back down, and just move it to the side a little bit, like this.
Like drag it to the side?
Yep. It's gonna give you like a really nice flare.
We're making really good TV here.
Yeah, for sure. Really good faces. Now,
I love curling my lashes. I feel like it's makes the biggest difference in the world.
Yeah. Well, and Jody is not a person who wears mascara all the time. And I don't either because it just breaks down my lashes. But what's nice with something like this is that it just opens your eyes up without having to put mascara on. Now, if you have blonde lashes, you may need to put mascara on. Totally up to you.
If you have long lashes?
Yeah, some people have really light lashes.
Oh, light lashes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right.
And then my last tip is just going to be lipstick. This is a Maybelline lipstick. This is Superstay Ink Crayon, and I'm going to show you a little tip with it. I'm going to take this darker color. The color is called Accepted Air. And I'm going to put it on the outside of my lips like I would a lip liner.
It's a great color for you.
I love this color.
You know, one of our attendees today, Emily's asking, Amanda, what's your go-to lip color for a Zoom meeting?
This is it.
And
this is my go-to lip color for anything.
And just so you all know, our panelists, we'll make notes later because Catherine is asking, would it be possible to list the names of products used today? So we'll do that and we'll follow up in an email with everything.
And then I'm going to take a lighter color. This is like a pinky color. It's called Stay Exceptional. And I'm going to fill in the middle of my lip with this.
I wonder if shade names of all makeup and hair color and everything is going to get way more optimistic after COVID. Like there's not like any of those like aggressive or like grungy names. It's all going to be like radiant day, sunshine, optimism, play outside, meet friends, go to a party.
And then I'm just going to blend the two colors together. And the reason that I do this is if you put the lighter color on the inside of your lips, it's going to give you it's going to give your lips a fuller appearance. So I like to do that. That's it.
Hey. Okay, let's pass it over to Eloise. What are we going to do about my hair, Eloise?
All right, so we've all been stuck inside. Quarantine is getting to us, but then we've kind of let ourselves go a bit. And the grease is built up in the hair. We haven't washed for over a week. But suddenly your boss wants to do the Zoom call with the clients. So you're like, oh, panic stations, don't have time to get myself together. So, well, let's do a quick hair up then. Like, reach for the dry shampoo, the one that takes out the grease. Spray that in. Then we give ourselves a little brush through to get all those dreadlocks out that have been building up.
Eloise, I will say your hair looks incredibly beautiful.
It's dirty. So then we have this magical tool from Leandra Limited, which actually helps us tidy up our parting, and it has this little guide here. So we slide that on.
This is one of, honestly, like the most genius tools I've come across. So I could do, sorry to interrupt all you, I can make a side part and you just drag this piece and it like locks into a little hole, and I can pull it through on the side, but I'm really into having a precise middle part, and now I can have one.
Exactly. So then we pulled that through, and it's given us our nice clean parting. So then I'm just brushing it back into kind of middle ponytail. And what I'll do is like just pop a little pony elastic in there to give me my hold. See? And then you can just get a little bit of volume in there and loosen it out so it's not so like school mom slicked back and tight as well. And just like all little pieces, a looser, a little bit more height at the crown. And then we'll take a little texture spray. I'm using the Fakai Super Clean Sustainable Texture Spray. Get that for a pony. And literally just kind of twist this guy up.
Oh, now you're getting fancy on us, Eloise.
It's like a little loose bun. Any pieces that stick out, not a problem either. And then I'm using these great hairpins that are flocked from by Frenchies, so they don't slip out. You see, they've got a little kind of velvety finish. And then we'll just pop as many of those in.
Is that a new invention, Eloise?
They've been around for a little while. They're not brand new, but they're not sort of well known yet. But they're getting more popular, definitely, and I love using them.
Do you find that it makes a huge difference in your like blood sugar hair or photo shoot hair?
Then you just need a couple in there, and you're not sort of doing this, you know, fighting game of trying to arrange all the pins and have them not stab you in the head. So yeah, and then that's it really, and then you'll tighten up and you can loosen out a few pieces around the front. You know, get your comb in. If you've got your fringe, you can clean that up a bit. But yeah, so you're sort of meeting ready, pretty much.
Now I want bangs because your bangs are just really amazing.
Thank you. Well, you can clean them back too.
Mm-hmm.
So it works on all types of hair, but it's like quick and easy, and you know, super impressive. Where your bosses think you're just so together when you're at home, and you'll get that promotion as soon as this COVID situation is done.
You know, Eloise, you make such a good point. Like, you know, I think we're all kind of like stuck in our own heads a little bit about like what's going on here, but we are still like employed by somebody, and perception is really important here, right? You want to be the person on your team who, you know, even though there's an emotional toll here, that has it together, is able to be productive, is able to be focused and motivated and motivating. And our appearance, you know, really sometimes makes that decision for us with our peers and our bosses. That's a really good point.
Well, even just taking that shower is just, you know, cleansing. It's cleansing, and we're getting ourselves together, and we're going to push forward and get through this thing.
That's such a good point. Well, we have some questions for our panelists before we jump off. Let's go to Jan. So this one's for you, Amanda. She's asking if the two lip color approach works if you have really thin lips.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, if you're comfortable with it, you can overline a little bit. If you're not, then I would just put the deep shade all over your lips, and then just put a little bit of the lighter shade right in the center. Don't worry about leaving any open space. And also you can put like a little bit of the lighter shade on the Cupid's bow for a little bit of a highlight, because then that'll make your lips look a little fuller as well.
Okay, and then we have from Carrie. Amanda, this one's for you too. Are there tips to not breaking or losing eyelashes when curling them and then wearing mascara?
Yes, invest in a good lash curler. This one is from Shiseido. I really like it. You have to change these pads out. I don't know anyone that actually does that. You have to change these pads out, or you have to get a new eyelash curler, because some of them, they don't sell the pads to change them. You can look into Kevin O'Quan. They have a good one. Surratt has a good one. Shuamura is one of the best, but they don't sell the pad replacements. So that's why I recommend the Shiseido. And then tips, the other tip to go with that is you have to be incredibly gentle when you're removing it. We have all these really wonderful like beauty bombs right now that we can take our makeup off with. So that's how I take my makeup off. I put one of those like very emollient bombs on my eyes first, like really just, or even Too Faced has a product called Makeup Melt Off, and it comes in a mascara tube, and you literally coat your lashes with it to really disintegrate the makeup rather than rubbing.
Okay, so that's great. Now, well, this is a comment from Natalie to Eloise saying, love that. Thank you, Eloise. I suck at hair, so this is very helpful. Okay, and Julie is saying, oh my God, Amanda, that eyelash curler trick is life-changing.
Yay!
All right, so now I think that this is a question for Amanda, although Erin might want to weigh in on this too. Robin's asking, any tips for reducing how much you touch your face when applying and removing makeup?
I mean, my thought on that would be to wash your hands beforehand. As long as your hands are clean, I mean, your hands can be your best tool. I think as long as your hands are clean, it would be fine. And then obviously outside of that, just make sure you have some really great sets of brushes and that you clean them all the time.
Erin, do you have anything to weigh in on that one?
I wash my face first, like with my cleanser. There you are. I wash my face first with my cleanser, and so then my hands are inherently clean. And then I'll go back if I need to with micellar water. It also breaks everything on my eyes down. because it's been splashed. Even if it hasn't gotten like face wash on it, it's been splashed. So everything comes off really easily. So there's not a lot of tugging and a lot of pulling. I think that's what you're asking about, touching your face a lot. And during the day, I mean, just every time, unfortunately, like I just have hand sanitizer with me currently now in a pocket, especially at the office, because if we touch our face, if we touch our hair, if we touch our clothes, we have to just hand sanitize right now. It's just kind of what we have to do.
Okay, so last question, and then this will be concluding our first virtual event. The last question is from Mallory. She's asking Amanda, where did you get your cute headband?
So it's so funny. Someone the other day like posted something about like headbands covering their roots, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have this really incredible vintage scarf collection that I've never used ever. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna start using my vintage scarves. So it's vintage. I'm sorry, but it's a really great way to cover up your roots.
Well, I want to say thank you to all of our panelists today. As a reminder, Erin's episode is number 59, Amanda's episode is number 50, and Eloise's episode is number 99. So you can go to wherebrainsmeetbeauty.com or to your where you listen to podcasts and listen to their episodes. And many, many people wrote in just now asking for the actual shade names and product names. So we'll make sure to send that to you in an email, because we have all your emails now that you've been logged in as attendees. And just as a note, we had 35 attendees today, which is so cool for our first event. So thank you to everybody. So we'll do this again. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Yay.
Bye.